You
I
may
was never
face these
charged. Yeah.
charges.
So CMR say him never get charged. Now, what this document say? Charges, right? The man lie, the man lie, the man lie. Even when it plain and clear, him still lie. How can you say he was not charged when he was actually charged? All right. So this interesting, you know. This interesting. The man say him proven innocent or vindicated or whatever word him use, right? Like I read what the prosecutor said. Because the prosecutor never said anything what him said, right? Let's see. So the paperwork we release says this, right? From the investigation which has been made, it is in the opinion of the writer, which is the assistant state attorney, that the case is not suitable for prosecution. Let me read that again. From the investigation which has been made, it is the opinion of the writer that this case is not suitable for prosecution. That is what it's saying now. Not suitable for prosecution. There's many reasons why it's not suitable. Not enough evidence. The witness not going to testify. And it wouldn't make sense to take it to court when they know they might not. They can't prove that he's guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. It is not suitable for prosecution does not mean they don't have a case. They would say it if they don't have a case. They would say, okay, we found that no evidence proved the allegations that were alleged. Something to that effect that's clear. It says it's not suitable for prosecution. This is not the first time a prosecutor did not charge him, right? If you go back to my previous video where I say he may not go to prison, you'll see you could go back and listen to that video. You see how many ways I told you he may not go to prison, which I find that that's most likely was the case, right? Okay, so if you go back to the previous video before that, now when he actually committed a crime on camera and they caught him because he was a fugitive, they did not prosecute him even in that instances when he stole from a military facility, cologne and all these things. He stole from it, stole on camera, evidence there, clear as day. The prosecutor said he was not suitable for prosecution. So you are telling me they're going to use the same line if they found out, okay, the allegations were not true. This is the thing, when people don't understand and people use words, they just jump onto. Look at the facts, look at the evidence, right? That is all we need to do. Him been have a problem when him come out with Shani. When he come out with it, when he come out, he must say, "Oh, a prank, guys." And then King Kass came out after that, and same thing. Him act like a non blah. So look, go back and revisit those instances and how clear and convicted he was when he say he didn't do anything. I want you to go back. I want you to take a step back, go revisit the videos he made and posts and lives he jumped on and he was declared his innocence and he never did nothing, blah, 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 blah. Right? Now, the thing is, my question, I hope his stepdaughter is getting counseling for the trauma that she has been through and probably been putting up with for however long. We don't even know how long this trauma has been going on. I hope she is getting counseling and the things that she needs to make sure that she's not damaged any further because she's compromised right now. Her mind, how she look at the world, how she look at adults, how she look at parents, family members, all everything is compromised and tainted right now. Right? So I hope she is getting the help she needs. Now, let's go back to the interview on the fix. Him come out and him no answer no question. Every question they pose which would be of interest to everybody, they go around the question. You go back and look at it, you can see for yourself. Right? One part of it I want to highlight is him, they ask him, are you guys together? Him kind of skirt it and then him say, are you living together? And him say, well, and then cut and move to something else before he even get to answer that, right? Because them are friends, you know. Nobody can tell me nothing. You're gonna cover for your friend, no matter even if it's unintended. He's not with. He's not at the house where him used to be. Him at an either apartment or a house he rented. He's renting. No, I want everybody to use a little dose of common sense. I want you to use a little dose, just a small amount. I'm gonna play it like this. We're gonna say he's innocent of the charges and allegations, right? He was innocent. They lock him up. They shouldn't have locked him up. They tell him, hey, he can't go back to the house. He didn't go back to the house. He stay somewhere else. The charges are dropped. So that means he was always innocent. The stepdaughter was lying, and he is clear from all the charges. No, because he was living somewhere else and he couldn't go back to the house because of the court. No, he's free to go back to the house because that is not a barrier for the legal system for him to go back to the house where the alleged victim, the victim in this case, who filed a report and the police take it up and all these things. No, he's clear. He don't have to not be at the house anymore. If he's innocent and he did nothing wrong, common sense will tell you, no, he's gonna go back to the house and try to repair and all these things. This is reality. He's not at the house. He's somewhere else. His kids have to come visit him and stay with him. Sometimes you can see the wife in the background, all this thing, right? Right? So now, what does common sense tell you? If that is the case, that he cannot go back to the house, not because of the court, but because of what? Are you telling me that the wife gonna say, yo, the stepdad lie, you still can't come back here? Does that make sense? Or does it make sense that there was, from her side, realize that something was in this, right? Because she has to benefit and lose at the same time if he go to prison. You know? Don't get it messed up, you know? Even though it's a messed up situation. He can't come back to the house. Only person stopping him is his wife. For whatever reason. And the only reason that the genesis and the catalyst of this instance is the alleged, reported assault, unwanted touching from him. So now, how long is he not going to be at the house? Does he have to go to counseling, treatment, no turn pastor, revive, cleanse his soul from all these urges he have? For everybody else other than his wife, including his stepdaughter, that look just like his wife. The stepdaughter is looking just like his wife. Right? So the logical thing is something went on. Even though the court told him to move out and him can't go back, the wife probably agree with that because you, I would not believe that the daughter would go through all this length of thing just to keep up with that lie for him to get arrested and possibly go to prison. Right? All she said was she just wanted it to stop. She don't want him to get into trouble. She said it, you know. So it wouldn't be crazy if she did not want to go and testify for him to go to prison because she did say, I don't want him to get into trouble. I just want him to stop touching her. Logical things. Something happened. The wife said, no, you can't come back here with her because she knows she have to protect her because now the daughter look for mommy to be the protector because the daddy is the predator. So mommy have to do some protecting and some type of mending. So it is logical for she to say you cannot come back to the house right now. You know, bawl and cry all you want. You have to go get some help because you are violate woman left, right, and center. The two women them are just last year. I say woman, but you know two girls that. So the logical conclusion is he did something to her. And this is probably was not the first time, right? It's not the first. It's like, oh, because, I mean, for her to go to a school counselor outside of the house, not to go to mommy, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. So I hope she's getting the help she needs. It is a matter of a time before something else happening. He might have a track record now. I want you to know that this guy has been running into the law over and over and over and trouble and over and over. He's been getting into trouble. This, like I said, he's on. Go back to my first video about CMR, 2 videos ago, when I put out the record of him being arrested for stealing from a military facility. He always talk about, oh, army military man, blah. My thief. They caught him on camera. He run away. He had to get a search warrant. He was a fugitive. They pick him up. The prosecutor seen everything. The amount was a low amount. That's why the prosecutor didn't prosecute it, because it didn't make sense. It would burn up too much resources just prosecuting him for that. You know? So, like I said, do not listen to. He's not a believer character. How can you believe a person who always tell me one time he came forward and tell you the truth right away? Only when the hand is in the cookie jar and the light turn on with the hand in the cookie jar, then he might say, okay, all right, let me tell you the truth. Remember the sorry video he had an interview with that lady? That sorry, oh, I'ma change my that was a sorry video. They need to make another one because it was funny. But it's a matter of time and the clock is ticking. Let's see how long it takes to go for him to go back to the house. Because a lot of things we're not gonna see, counseling him, the conversation with him and his wife. That is a crazy situation for you to accept a man who assaulted your daughter, who's supposed to be the protector. Like I said, go back to look at the first video for him stealing. The one before this, when I said he will not go, he most likely will not go to jail or prison, right? And use common sense to know that he's not at the house right now, even though the court, quote unquote, dropped the case. The court said, you know what? There's not enough to prosecute. There's not sufficient evidence to prosecute. It's basically that. They didn't say he was innocent, right? So, with all that said, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you go back and look at the 2 videos before this one, and we will watch the space and see what God. Yes, Mr. Leopard. Nah, change him spot. Little more.